In the focus of the program within the process is detailed process of production from the idea to final result under the brand Made in Kazakhstan. The program shows us an amazing world of projects, technologies and industrial developments.
Игорь, закрепил!
Отлично!
What is the most important thing when building a house? The foundation, of course. For a house to be sturdy and long-standing, it needs a good foundation. Usually it is made out of concrete. You've probably seen these huge mixing trucks. If the mixer is turning, that means that fresh materials have been delivered to the construction site. But have you ever wondered what is concrete actually? And most importantly, how is it made? We visited a plant for the production of concrete and are now ready to tell you all about it. Hello, you're watching Within the Process, a program in which we tell you all about how it works. Today the lenses of our cameras are focused on the process of production of concrete. The main raw materials used in the making of the mixture for concrete are sand, crushed stone, cement and water. Sand and crushed stone are delivered to the plant in big cars, dump trucks. Upon the entrance onto the plant's territory, the trucks are weighed and the quantity of delivered raw materials is logged. Then they are unloaded in the storage area. Each new batch of raw materials is always checked by laboratory specialists. Sand and crushed stone are sieved through special sieves. After, the lab specialist determines their weight, which determines the quality of the raw materials. Crushed stone is also sieved, but a special machine is used for this, which divides the total mass of the material into fractions, and the content of each fraction mixed with the cement determines the type of concrete. The territory of the plant is huge. Departments, storages, underground warehouses. A railway line is directed right to the plant's territory, because cement is delivered here in wagons. The cement is delivered to the plant in special wagons. Once a wagon arrives at the unloading stations, the hatch door opens at the bottom and the cement is poured into the bunker. Cement is delivered to the plant unrefined. It can contain all sorts of things: bolts, screws, small rocks, and before use it has to be filtered. From the bunker, using a vertical transporter, the cement is lifted to the top of a machine and sent through a system of sieves. In the process of sieving, first the larger parts are separated, and at the second stage the smaller particles are filtered out. All right, all the components have been checked. Time to make concrete. This is done following a special recipe of proportions, elaborated in the lab, just like a cookbook. Combine all the ingredients, add the spices, plasticizers and other chemical additives, and it's ready. Before beginning the production process of concrete, the components, sand and crushed stone, are picked up from the storage area and loaded into the bunker. With the use of a vertical transporter and a measuring dispenser, the component materials are delivered to the mixer, where they are mixed with cement and water. Also, special chemical compounds are added to give that concrete its special properties, for example, high durability and moisture resistance. While the concrete mixer is being prepared, a concrete mixing truck is moved next to the mixer. The mixture is unloaded into the truck, the mixing drum of which is constantly turning. This is necessary to ensure that the concrete doesn't harden on its way to the construction site. During the loading of the mixture, drops of concrete remain on the body of the truck. That is why, after loading, the truck needs to be washed. That way, particles of concrete won't pollute the city as the truck drives by in the streets. And overall, it is only a pleasure and joy to see a clean car. But before the concrete is sent to the construction site, it needs to be checked. Lab specialists take a sample right out of the mixture. First, a simple analysis is done to determine the mobility of the concrete. For this, a cone-shaped instrument is filled with the final mixture. Then the metal casing is taken off and the degree of immersion of the cone is measured with a ruler. The lab worker checks the results against the set norms and gives an assessment. Concrete is also checked for durability. For this, samples are poured into cube forms for testing. Once the cube is ready, it is sent to the press, where it is crushed to the breaking point. This way, the lab specialists check the limit of the compression strength. The concrete is ready. Concrete mixing trucks are already on their way to the construction site. But this is not the complete production cycle of the plant. There is also cement, which needs to be prepared for sale. Part of the filtered and sieved cement is immediately delivered to the packing department. The standard packaging for this material are 50 kilogram bags. The operator fills a special machine with the bags that fills, weighs and loads them onto a conveyor belt. Along it, the bags of cement are delivered to the department where a palletizer is set up, a machine that automatically places them onto standard pallets and wraps them into a film. Under this film, the cement is not affected by snow or rain. Operators only supervise the performance of the equipment and with the use of a cargo loader, pick up the packed pallets. Bags with cement can also be loaded onto the machine one by one. There is special equipment set up for this in a separate unit. The transporter delivers the products to the back of the truck. Loading personnel put them aside. The transporter shifts, leaving space for new bags. But this is not all. Special cement trucks are used for the transportation of cement. A pipe like this is inserted inside, and through it the cement is poured into the truck. And just like this, from the wagon with the raw materials to the final product, literally 10 steps. And if during the period when the cement is loaded, the work of the plant is complete, the mixing trucks take the concrete to the construction site. But this is not the end of the process. Mixer and special pumps for concrete are located at the construction site. One cannot just pour concrete into a container and leave it there. The mixer needs to continuously rotate to make sure that it doesn't harden. Thus, the construction of houses and roads requires the use of the plant's trucks that transport the concrete. The trucks are in constant use. After unloading one batch, they return to pick up another to deliver it to another site. That's it. Now I know for sure what is inside those trucks. And if they are on their way, that means that somewhere construction is in progress. And perhaps a new house is about to be built. The concrete production process never halts at the plant, neither during the day nor at night. First of all, there is a high demand for this material, and secondly, it is better to lay the concrete at night. That way it won't overheat under the sun and preserves better. You were watching Within the Process, a programme in which we tell you in detail about how it works and thereby shift your perspective on things that surround us daily. My name is Nazar Mohamed Jan. Until next time.